Hi, and welcome to the 2016 Precinct Team Training. My name is LaVon Maloney, and I'm happy to present what happens now. And these trainings are presented by the Salt Lake County Issue Caucus leadership. Wow, the caucuses changed everything for Utah Democrats. We had over 44,300 ballots just here in Salt Lake County. Most districts had at least 10, if not as much as 20 times our normal turnout. So yeah, I mean, wow, this is amazing. But you're probably wondering why the caucuses were held this way. So let me give you a little bit of background. The Democratic Party holds these organizing neighborhood caucuses every 2 years. And this is our way of building our local precinct level involvement. These are followed by conventions, both on a county and state basis, to determine who our Democratic candidates will be for all of our local, our county, and our state races. If necessary, there's also a primary, usually held in late June, to reduce our candidates to one for the general election. These primaries have generally been the time where we in Utah also vote for our presidential preference every 4 years. But because they're normally held so late, Utah hasn't really had much of a voice in selecting the presidential nominees. But in 2015, the state Republican Party decided they wanted to have that presidential vote earlier. And the GOP-led legislature voted, though, to not hold it as a state-financed primary. They instead required the parties to finance and hold this vote at their March caucuses. So it wasn't the Democratic Party's choice, and no one could possibly have planned for the huge turnout that we had. But again, I mean, wow. So let's take a look now at what happens, and let's continue that excitement for state, local, and county races. So again, welcome. You are the new precinct teams. Precinct chairs, vice chairs, secretary, treasurer, and delegates. You are the most important teams in our Democratic Party. Your role is to continue this excitement, build on this excitement as you organize your neighborhoods. And your goal is to ensure that all of these people who came to caucuses keep involved and, above all, continue to vote, while at the same time you're out there finding all your neighbors who would vote Democratic but were not able to attend our caucuses. So we have a message for 100,000 Democrats, 295. You know, for so long we've all been told that Utah is a red state and our vote doesn't count. Well, the turnout for these caucuses show that is all changing. But many would probably be surprised to learn that Salt Lake County is actually very purple or even blue. But of course, many of us still feel our vote doesn't count. So here's something I want you to learn. 295. Back in 2014, here in Salt Lake County, we lost 3 House seats by a total of 295 votes. One by 47 votes, one by 53 votes, and another by 195 votes. Only 295 votes. A couple of votes per precinct would have had those seats firmly in Democratic hands. So the message for 100,000 Democrats goes beyond 295. Consider the Doug Owens-Mia Love race. Doug Owens lost by 7,511 votes, but 15,000 registered Democrats who normally vote did not cast a ballot in that district in 2014. So every vote counts, and every Democrat and independent in Utah has a voice. So our county party goal this year is to reach out to 100,000 Democrats and make sure they know the importance of their votes. And you are now a part of that team to make that happen. So what happens now? Well, first on the calendar is County Convention. That's going to be held April 9th at Cypress High School in Magna. As a delegate, it is your responsibility to attend both the county and state convention. That will be held April 22nd to the 23rd at the Salt Palace. As a precinct officer, you are highly encouraged to attend as well. County convention includes issue caucus sessions, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. It includes a general session with candidate speeches and party business. It includes House district sessions for those of you that have contested races within your House district, and voting for our local and our county-wide candidates that have contested races. Now, convention starts at 8:30 with a short central committee session to approve the rules. And then we have 2 one-hour sessions of issue caucus meetings. These will be from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., and then the second session from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. These gatherings of like-minded Democrats will have caucus business, candidate speeches, and may choose to endorse specific candidates during that time. We have 15 issue caucuses here in Salt Lake County: Women's, LDS Dems, Stonewall Dems, Asian American Pacific Islander, Veterans, African Americans, Labor, Healthcare, Progressive, Environmental, Public Employees, Education, Disability, Hispanic, and Young Democrats. I think you can see what sorts of issues Democrats are concerned with. These issue caucuses are actually unique to the Democratic Party, and they give everyone a place to be heard and to learn. So I urge you to attend both of those sessions, as well as getting involved with as many of these issue caucuses that affect you. You can do that at most of these caucuses, quarterly meetings and events. And you can get more information from their leadership at the Salt Lake County Democratic Party website, which is slcountydems.com. Whichever ones you choose are going to help you find your voice in the Democratic Party. Now, continuing with convention, at about 12 o'clock, the general session of the convention will convene for party business and candidate speeches. And then voting will open for those districts that don't have contested House races. If you're in a House district with a contested race for Utah House, you will have an additional session with delegates from your district, followed then by your voting. Now, keep in mind, one of your main duties as a delegate is to cast your ballots at the convention for your local and county candidates. And keeping in mind also that depending on results, there may be a second round of balloting. So please plan to remain at convention until all the balloting is over. Through the entire convention, candidates and caucuses will have tables and suites set up for you to actually learn more about these candidates and to find out about our issue caucuses. So make sure that you go to all of the candidate tables and booths on the main floor and all of the candidates' hospitality suites up on our second floor. So how can you prepare for convention? Well, make sure you know which legislative district, House district, and precinct you're representing, and then research the candidates that affect those areas. Be prepared to get phone calls, emails, and mailings from candidates in your area, as well as county and state candidates. So in preparation for that, write down key issues that are important to you and to your precinct so you can discuss them with the candidates. Now, before convention, we have the big party of the year for Salt Lake County Democrats. It's called Politisauce, and this year our theme is Vote the Impostas Out. 2 days before convention, the Salt Lake County Party holds its main fundraiser of the year. It's going to be at the Rail Event Center on Thursday, April 7th. And this is a family-friendly spaghetti dinner, and this year Pat Bagley is going to be our keynote speaker. Details and tickets can be found at the Salt Lake County Democratic Party's website. Again, that's slcountydems.com. Just after that, we have the Utah State Democratic Convention. In Salt Lake County, our delegates that were elected are both county and state delegates. And the State Democratic Convention is on Friday and Saturday, April 22nd and 23rd at the Salt Palace. Details and schedule will soon be up on the Utah State Democratic Party website, and you can find that at www.utahdemocrats.org. At that convention, in addition to state party business, voting for multi-county and statewide candidates, you as delegates will also vote for the national delegates to represent Utah at the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia this July. Okay, then what? Well, get to know your legislative chair. It's probably the person who hosted your caucus. If you don't know who that is, there's a list on the county party website, slcountydems.com. Next, you're going to want to meet your other precinct team members, and you can get their contact information, if you don't know who they are, from your ledge chair. Find out what's going on. So get on the county party and the state party email lists so you're kept informed monthly of what's happening. Again, that's slcountydems.com and utahdemocrats.org. From your ledge chair, you're going to want to get your caucus attendees list. This will be available probably shortly after convention. This will be everybody that attended the caucuses. And then you're going to want to get the larger list, which would be all of the registered and likely Democrats in your precinct. So then you can contact your neighbors who attended the caucus and then contact all the other registered Dems and likely Democratic voters in your precinct who weren't able to go to the caucus. And plan some get-togethers, plan a barbecue, plan a potluck, plan a whatever you want to do to get the people in your precinct together. Help expand your team with your neighbors. The other area of people you're going to want to help contact are your newly registered or those that have moved in and are unregistered voters, and make sure you help them get registered. And you can attend other fundraisers and friend-raisers. We have our big summer fundraiser is the garden party that's held midsummer, and friend-raisers like our Meet All the Candidates event at Wheeler Farm in late August. Okay, for precinct chairs and vice chairs, you are now a member of the Salt Lake County Democratic Party Central Committee, so you're involved in the ongoing party business. Quarterly, there is a Central Committee meeting. It's usually held down at the county building on 21st South and State Street. And you can learn all aspects of the Central Committee by studying our county party constitution on the website, slcountydems.com. For all of you who are precinct teams, for delegates, you also want to let us know at the county party how you can help the party. If you've got skills, technical skills, website skills, event planning skills, fundraising skills, financial skills, whatever you have that you can donate some time to help us move this county party forward would be fabulous. So some goals between now and General Election Day of 2016. Talk to every registered Democrat and likely Democrat in your precinct. Be able to give them a voice for their vote. Help them understand the power of one vote. You can tell them the story of 295 or tell them the story of Doug Owens. Help them understand that every single vote is important. You're going to want to help get out the vote. You're going to hear the term GOTV a lot. Get out the vote for the primary, which will be on June 28th, and the general election on November 8th. Suggest that all voters in your precinct get vote by mail. This really is the best of all worlds. Ballots arrive about 30 days before the election. You can study the candidates, study the issues, and then mail back the ballot. Or you can go to early or election day polling places and surrender your mail ballot to vote on the machines. Make sure that every likely Democratic voter in your precinct is contacted about the primary and general election. 2, get out the vote, GOTV. Know who in your precinct can help volunteer or help the Democratic Party and the candidates. These candidates are going to rely on you for help in canvassing and phone banking your neighborhood. Keep in mind, though, it is not a goal to challenge every Republican voter to become a Democrat. So that's this year, 2016. What's next? Well, you've been elected to serve until spring of 2018, when our next caucuses will be held. So in 2017, you want to continue to organize to build this excitement of 2016 into the municipal elections that are typically held on our off years or the odd years, 2017. Continue contacting your precinct Democrats to keep that momentum building and help elect Democrats to city councils and mayoral positions. Most of these are actually nonpartisan positions, but we need our democratic values in those spots. Above all, vote. Absolutely, your vote counts. Volunteer. Give some time to the county party and validate. Help the Democratic Party with even a little bit of money. Your Democratic Party needs your hours and your dollars. It actually costs over $20,000 to hold these caucuses in Salt Lake County, so your donations are critical. Consider donating $5 a month to the Salt Lake County Democratic Party by going to the party website, slcountydems.com, and clicking on Join the Blue Army. You're not going to notice $5 a month going out, but they're going to notice it coming in. It will help you actually help Utah become a better place to live. So again, congratulations on being our new precinct teams, and I look forward to meeting all of you at convention.